Breaking news! Naku po, nakipagkasundo na nga ba? Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, viral matapos makipagsanib pwersa sa isa sa mga pinakamataas, mayaman, makapangyarihan at hindi nawawala sa mga top countries sa buong daigdig sa larangan ng ekonomiya. Yes mga kababayan, confirm na sila pa mismo ang pumunta dito sa Pilipinas upang personal na talakayin kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ang mga importanteng bagay tulad ng strong connection, pagpapatibay ng diplomatic cooperation, pati na ang political relasyon ng dalawang bansa. Iba talaga ang kalibre ni Pbbm sa labas ng bansa mga kababayan dahil talaga namang kalat na ang kanyang mga pinaggagawa at sa katunayan ay sunod-sunod na silang bumibisita dito sa Pilipinas. Grabe naman tong balitang to, talaga namang interesting at kaabang-abang talaga. Kaya naman mga kababayan, wag na natin itong patagalin pa. Samahan niyo ako at sabay-sabay nating alamin ang mainit na balita sa araw na ito. Breaking news! Nagpulong noong Miyerkules sina Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. at Qatari Ambassador to the Philippines, His Excellency Hamid Saad Nasser Abdullah Al-Humidi upang palakasin ang matibay na relasyong bilateral sa pagitan ng Pilipinas at Qatar sa isang courtesy call visit sa Palasyo ng Malacanang. Sa kanyang pahayag, binigyang diin ni Pangulong Marcos ang makabuluhang pagbisita ni Qatari Amir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani noong Abril na inilarawan niya bilang isang pagpapakita ng napakalakas na koneksyon sa pagitan ng dalawang bansa. Sa pagpupulong ni April 22 kasama si Qatari Amir, tinalakay ni Pangulong Marcos ang mga paraan upang palakasin ang mga ugnayang pampolitika at nagpalitan ng kuro-kuro sa kapwa alalahanin. Ang Qatari Ambassador ay nagpahayag ng pasasalamat sa mainit na mabuting pakikitungo ng Pilipinas sa pagbisita ng Amir at idiniin ang kanyang napapanabik na pakikipagtulungan. Ang diplomatikong relasyon sa pagitan ng Pilipinas at Qatar ay itinatag noong May 5, 1981 at ng Qatar ay may kasalukuyang nag-host ng mahigit kumulang 242,609 Filipinos. Samantala, sa iba pang balita, nakatakdang dumalo si Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. sa 44th and 45th ASEAN Summits and related summits sa Vientiane, Laos sa susunod na linggo. Kinumpirma ito ng Department of Foreign Affairs ang paglahok ng Pangulo bilang tugon sa imbitasyon ni Lao Prime Minister Sonsei Simpadon. Ang summit ngayong taon ay tutuon sa temang ASEAN, Enhancing Connectivity and Resilience na nagbibigay diin sa pagtutulungan sa rehiyon at pagpapalakas ng ugnayan ng mga miyembrong bansa. Ang ASEAN Summit ay magsisilbing plataporma para sa mga leader na tugunan ang mga pangunahing isyu ng rehiyon at internasyonal, bumuo ng konsensus sa mga bagay na pinagkakaabalahan at magbigay ng mga direksyon sa patakaran para sa komunidad ng ASEAN sa mga darating na taon.
Now, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will participate in the back-to-back 44th and 45th ASEAN and related summits in Vientiane, Lao People's Democratic Republic on October 8 to 11, 2024. He will be joined there by the other leaders of the ASEAN member states as well as the leaders or representatives of the ASEAN external partners. Now, this is at the invitation of the Prime Minister of the Lao PDR, Prime Minister Suneksai Sifandong. And this year's ASEAN's chair's theme would be ASEAN Enhancing Connectivity and Resilience. The summit will serve as a platform for the leaders to exchange views on key regional and international issues, build consensus on matters of common concern, and provide policy directions for the ASEAN community for the years to come. Okay, the President is expected to attend 16 leaders-led engagements on a span of 3 days, from October 9 to October 11. On the first day, before the first day of the summit, on the eve of the summit, there will be a Filipino community event at the Wanda Hotel in Vientiane. It's in the late afternoon at around 7:30 p.m. Of course, the Filipino community will be there, and as of now, we were informed that at least 400 members of the community will attend the event. Now, on the first day of the summit, right after the opening, the 44th ASEAN Summit will start with its plenary session. It will be followed by the 45th ASEAN Summit Retreat session, during which they'll be discussing regional and international issues, usually geopolitical issues. In the afternoon, there will be three interfaces with sectoral bodies of ASEAN. The first one will be with the ASEAN Interparliamentary Assembly. The second one will be with the representatives of business, or the ASEAN Business Advisory Council. And the third one will be an interface with ASEAN Youth. Now, at the IPA, or Interparliamentary Assembly interface, the President will be joined by the heads of government of ASEAN, and on the other side will be the representatives of the ASEAN Interparliamentary Assembly. Now, the Philippines, in that meeting, on the parliamentary side, will be represented by Speaker Romualdez and Congresswoman Glona Labad-Labad of Zamboanga. At the ASEAN Business Advisory Council interface with the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, the President will be joined by Acting Secretary of Trade Aldiger Roque. And on the other side, the Philippine business will be represented by Joey Concepcion, George Barcelon, and Michael Tan. Now, this Business Advisory Council is actually a council composed of the members of the Chambers of Commerce of the ASEAN economies. Now, at the leaders interface with the representative of ASEAN Youth, the President on one side will be joining the other heads of government of ASEAN, and he will be accompanied by Secretary Rex Gatchalian. The Philippine youth will be represented by Imari Cristia Pascua and Dr. Alfredo Sablay. Now, on the second day, October 10, first day, this will be the day of ASEAN Plus One summits. That is the summit with the external partners of ASEAN. So the first one in the morning will be the 27th ASEAN-China Summit. It will be followed by the ASEAN Republic of Korea Summit, then the ASEAN-Japan Summit, and then after that, by the ASEAN Plus 3 Summit, which will be the meeting of the ASEAN heads of government with the heads of government of China, Japan, and Korea all together. Now, in the afternoon, there will be an ASEAN-Australia Summit to be followed by an ASEAN-India Summit, and the last summit meeting in the afternoon will be the ASEAN-Canada Special Summit. Now, this time focusing on enhancing connectivity and resilience in ASEAN. But before the day ends, there's one more very important event. This is the signing by the Foreign Minister of Luxembourg of the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in ASEAN. So it will be the last country which will be acceding to the TAC. And just for us to remember, the TAC is the one of the principal agreements in ASEAN which promotes the principle of peaceful settlement of disputes in accordance with international law. Now, before the day ends, the Lao PDR, the Prime Minister, Soneksay Sipandon, will be hosting a gala dinner for the heads of states and other delegations of ASEAN. Now, on the last day, on October 11, and that will be Friday, the last ASEAN Plus One Summit will be held, and that will be the one between ASEAN and the United States, to be followed by the East Asia Summit, which is a meeting between the ASEAN member states, all 10 ASEAN member states, together with Timor-Leste as an observer, with 8 external partners. Most of them the ones that they met in the previous day. Now, East Asia Summit is very important because it's the highest level strategic dialogue in Southeast Asia. It will be followed by an ASEAN-UN Summit, and before the summit ends, the inter-summit ends, there will be a second Asia Zero Emission Community Leaders Meeting, which will also be held in Vientiane. Now, strictly speaking, this is not an ASEAN event, but it will be a sideline event. If you'll remember, last December, we held the first ASEAN Zero Emission Community Leaders Meeting in Tokyo. So this is the follow-up meeting to that conference. Now, the primary aim of this community leaders meeting would be the decarbonization of ASEAN economies as well as green economy. Now, in these engagements, the Philippines will continue to uphold and promote Philippine interests in ASEAN. We will highlight our advocacies in connectivity and resilience, especially in strengthening the digital economy, supporting MSMEs, the promotion of renewable energy development, and addressing the impacts of climate change, among others. Furthermore, the President will continue to defend the Philippine sovereignty and sovereign rights and jurisdiction in accordance with international law, including the 1982 UNCLOS and the 2016 Arbitral Award. The leaders are also expected to discuss various international issues that impact the region and beyond. And these include the situation in Myanmar, Ukraine, the Korean Peninsula, Gaza, and other geopolitical challenges affecting the Indo-Pacific region. To date, there are 82 outcome documents, a little less than what we had last year, and a little less than what we had in Phnom Penh. There's so many of them, so I will only mention the main ones. The ASEAN Leaders Declaration on the development of strategic plans to implement the ASEAN Community Vision 2045, which is the post-2025 ASEAN Vision. Then the ASEAN Leaders Declaration on promoting the ASEAN outlook in the Indo-Pacific for a future-ready ASEAN. The ASEAN Leaders Declaration on strengthening regional biosafety and biosecurity. And the ASEAN Leaders Declaration on enhanced cooperation against illicit drug trafficking and precursor chemicals. There are also possible bilateral meetings between the President and the other heads of state at the sidelines of the meetings. So far, the ones being confirmed are the ones with Canada, New Zealand, Vietnam, and Japan. The 44th and 45th ASEAN summits and related summits will conclude on 11 October 2024 with a handover ceremony of the ASEAN chairmanship from the Lao PDR to Malaysia. And we also expect that at that handover, Malaysia will be unveiling its theme for next year.